Welcome to Dining Fables, a food channel dedicated to going local to eat global. This week we are telling our dining fable from Patch, which is in the heart of Windsor in Berkshire. Windsor is an amazing town just outside London, rich in history and royal tradition, and home to one of the world's oldest and largest inhabited castles. You can explore a town that's been home to the British royalty for centuries. Let's face it, pageantry is one of those things that this country does really well, and I even managed to catch the changing of the guard on my visit this week. Pro tip, if you come to Windsor, the guards march at 11 AM from Victoria Barracks on Sheet Street, up the High Street and onto Windsor Castle. The best place to see them is on Windsor High Street or at the Corn Exchange under the Windsor Guildhall. But it's not just about royalty or the hundreds of thousands of years of history though, as let's be honest, that's not for everybody. Windsor is also a lively town in its own right. It's got a glorious riverside location with great shopping bars and restaurants, one of which I'm here to visit today. I've been told that Patch is the best kept food secret in Windsor, so I'm super excited to check it out today. Located on Goswell Hill, Patch has transformed a rundown part of town near the railway arches. I love the fact it's actually not that easy to find. You've got to know it's here, as it's not obvious. You've almost got to come down some secret stairs, or from the road it's actually camouflaged by all these trees. I love that, with the mystery and the expectation of what I'm about to experience. Right, let's check them out online. I love this animation, you don't get to see that on too many restaurant websites. Let's see what we can learn about them in this section. Opened up in August 2021, Patch is an outdoor family-owned restaurant in the heart of Windsor, serving a seasonal and delicious menu of freshly prepared food accompanied by a range of artisan cocktails. I like the fact we've got for locals by locals, as that's really what this channel is all about. Okay, test kitchen. These are the creative chefs I've heard all about. I'm super excited to try their food. So what does it say? Famed for their creativity in kitchen, their menus are ever changing and heavily focused on seasonality. All dishes are made from scratch. And just look at some of these. And they use the finest local produce from artisan suppliers that they've worked with for years. Right, onto the menu. Oh wow, I'm not disappointed. Test kitchen, it looks like you've done a banging job to me and lived up to your reputation. It all looks and sounds amazing. As usual, I'm going at lunchtime, so I think I'll have to go with one bite and one of the plates. Ooh, the bites. This could be a tricky choice, as I could happily chomp through all of this. But I'm going to go for the chicken with a spiced alioli, as I'm a sucker for fried chicken, as you can see in some of my other videos on this channel. I think the plates will be a little easier, as I want something lighter to go with my chicken. So it's either the asparagus or mackerel with beetroot salad. What to do? It's tough, but I think I'm going to go for the mackerel, as I really like mackerel, and I imagine it'll also be a beautifully colourful plate of food. I can't wait. So let's get out of the virtual world and into the real world. Let's eat out. Right, here we go. Test kitchen fried chicken with spiced alioli first. Then we'll have the heritage beetroot, smoked mackerel, smoked herring caviar, pickled pins, oyster leaf, classic vinaigrette. Ooh, that was a mouthful, if you'll pardon the pun. Okay, let's go chicken. Oh wow, that is super good, super juicy. I love the fact they've even gone to the effort of taking the bone out of the chicken thigh, which is my favourite cut of chicken, but it's always a bit of a pain eating off the bone, especially when you're eating in a nice alfresco environment like this. Oh my goodness, that alioli is so good. I love the little crunch of the seeds too. I'm really liking the addition of a micro herb on top of this chicken. It's a lovely hit of coriander, and it really adds to the depth of the dish. Okay, that's enough with the fingers. I'm making too much of a mess. That really is some beautifully crisp and juicy chicken. It reminds me a little of my trip to Gert's Wings, which is another dining fable you can find on this channel. It's a different part of the chicken, and the cooking style is clearly different, but you can tell they both take care about the produce and the cooking process. Oh, I really could just eat a bucket of this alioli. It's made from fresh mayonnaise, which they make in-house, with the addition of garlic and gochujang, which is a Korean fermented chili paste. They then add some toasted black and white sesame seeds on top for that extra little bit of crunch. That really was absolutely amazing, but no time to stop now, on to the next dish. It's clear just by looking at it that Test Kitchen have clearly put in a lot of time and thought into the flavour combinations of this beetroot dish. What a beautiful looking plate of food. In fact, I'd go so far as to say it's the best looking plate of food I've eaten on this channel so far. I know it's a cliche, but we really do eat with our eyes, and I cannot wait to get stuck into this. As you saw from the menu, there really are so many different ingredients going on in this dish, it's actually really rather tricky to get them all on the fork. Oh yeah, do you know what? It actually does taste as good as it looks. That's fantastic. How a plate of food looks is actually really important to me, because as a food photographer, it excites me to be able to film and photograph food where the chef has really thought through the dish. How it looks, not just how it tastes. And this dish definitely ticks both boxes. It eats as well as it looks, which is impressive because I'm not actually that huge a fan of beetroot. You might ask yourself, why did I order it then? And that's a great question. Well, it comes to the fact that I always tell my 5-year-old, you've got to go back to ingredients you think you don't like, and just in case you change your mind. So I'm trying to be really good and not be one of those do as I say, not do as I do dads. I am though, a huge fan of mackerel, which I know a lot of people think is too fishy, but for me, I love the strong flavour, and it adds some real punch to a dish, and you don't really need that much. You can definitely tell the chef knows this, because the balance of mackerel to the other greens is just right. I'm actually really pleased I went for a cold salad. It's a really hot day today, so it was a great idea. Just look at the colour of these heritage beetroot. I spoke to Test Kitchen about where they source all their ingredients, including these beetroots, and their meat, and it's all locally sourced, either from the royal farm or small suppliers with whom they've had a long-standing relationship. The grilled mackerel was actually Cornish, but it was sourced from a local fishmonger with whom they've worked for the past 6 years. Well, I think it's safe to say that even though I've never really liked beetroot, Test Kitchen, you've actually smashed this one. It is so good. I love the colours. I mean, look at that purple. And the fact you've managed to take such a complicated salad with loads of different ingredients, taste as good as that, I can't wait to try it again. And I'll definitely be back. I don't think you're going to be the best kept secret for long. I hope you don't mind. So what's the takeaway? Well, I have to say I think the combination of Test Kitchen and Patch is a match made in heaven. I think the two teams have worked so well together to create something truly special for the area. It's so nice to see a local family-run business doing so well. In fact, they told me there's some more interesting things on the horizon for them regarding food and drink in Windsor, but that's another secret, and I really shouldn't ruin that one for them. If you like this video, then give us a like and a follow, as it will really help the channel to grow. Also, any comments below about where we should tell our next dining fable would be amazing. We really want to grow our community, so grab a fork and get involved.